the dumping of used tires in the area. Mrs. Basad-Bisessa is now reporting that all tires have been removed from the illegal dump site. She said the tire shop owner was instructed to clean the property and the owner will be fined by litter wardens for the illegal dumping of rubbish. The Prime Minister thanked the TTPS for serving the law-abiding citizens of Forest Park Trace with pride and professionalism. Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander says there should be legislation to address the sharing of information in the country. His comments follow a recent incident in the St. Augustine area that raised public concern. Investigations are ongoing into the recent police-involved shooting, which resulted in the death of 31-year-old Joshua Samaru. Confirmation comes from the minister during an interview on Wednesday.
We have a first division officer doing investigation into this, Professional Standard Bureau, the homicide. We're looking at the PCA, who have oversight into this. What else do you need? This is the only time there are 4 sections investigating any murder, you call it, or shooting, is when a police do it.
Members of the public have been expressing concerns after videos of the incident circulated on social media. However, Minister Alexander insists that evidence in this matter was important.
You know what is important here? Evidence. And the police could have brought it out earlier, you know. But we respect the rule of law. The police respects that. The police also respect that, listen, there's an investigation taking place, so we must be cautious as to how we put things out in the public domain.
Commenting on the videos in circulation, Minister Alexander says something must be done to address them. The incident took place on January 30th in St. Augustine. In some sport now, Minister of Sport and Youth Affairs Philip Watts has commended world-ranked national cyclist Nicholas Paul during a courtesy visit to the ministry. Minister Watts praised Paul's consistency and discipline, highlighting his current world #2 ranking as a source of national pride and inspiration for young athletes. Paul also shared plans to host an international cycling competition in Trinidad, an initiative welcomed by the minister for its potential to boost sport tourism and local talent. Paul is expected to depart TNT soon as he prepares for upcoming international events. And further afield, France is set to enshrine in law the end of so-called conjugal rights, the notion that marriage entails a duty to have intercourse. A bill approved on Wednesday in the National Assembly introduces a clause to the Civil Code clarifying that a community of living does not create an obligation to engage in sexual relations. The proposed legislation would also prevent the absence of sexual relations from being used as grounds in fault-based divorce proceedings. While the measure is unlikely to significantly affect court rulings, supporters say it could help deter marital rape. And that's what's making the news this morning. But joining us right now is the host of Trinidad and Tobago Today, Virmala Balkaran. Good morning, Virmala.
Good morning, Carrie. Happy Friday. How are you?
Happy Friday. I am good, but I'm a little bit hungry. I'm thinking about breakfast.
Okay, what are we thinking today?
I am thinking doubles, the quintessential breakfast in Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay, that's a Friday breakfast. Carrie, how do you like your doubles?
I like my doubles slight, everything slight.
And I'm guessing you are the one that stands by the doubles man and asks for more pepper.
And for some reason, Virmala, I think you're the one that takes it to the car, you know.
I am. Nothing's wrong with that, Carrie. That is totally fine.
I think, you know, you see, when the doubles is wrapped up and put in a bag, you know, just like when a car leaves the firm, it loses value. The doubles loses value.
So it loses its taste?
It loses its value.
Okay. Well, you know what? Next time we're going to go stand by the doubles man and have a doubles.
And I'll teach you how to stay by the doubles man and have the doubles.
All right. Carrie, well, it's finally Friday. I'm so happy we're going to celebrate with doubles. But to end of the week on the show today, we celebrate education, sport, and culture. Of course, only on Trinidad and Tobago Today.
Oh, yes. Looking forward to that. Thank you so much, Virmala.
You're welcome.
When we come back, the Trinidad and Tobago Today morning show gets going after this break.
Next, 99.1 FM, Soca Dominion, where Soca lives.
Give me a chance to wine on you, so I can win with you, and I can chat with you. Give me another chance to
Your news, anytime, anywhere. TTT News brings you the facts that matter most, on air and online. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News. Committed, accurate, relevant.
I think we all put Panaz somewhere in the back of our head, and it's locked there forever. We didn't quite bring it to the forefront until now. The main reason for us forming the band was to enter a competition in Trinidad called Pan Ramajé. After the fourth year winning, we pulled out of the competitive arena and tried to start spreading music overseas.
We want to actually show the audience what Trinidad and Tobago music is about.
You know, it's like we changed the perspective that people had of pan and pan players.
When we feed off of each other, the crowd actually feel that energy, and then they start to get excited, and then we start to feed off of their energy now.
I think in those moments I felt like, yes, I was living my dream.
To see the joy on the players' faces when we perform, it will always stick in my heart.
It's where art meets movement and culture meets couture. This Friday, TTT takes you front row for a special presentation of Carnival is Fashion 2, curated by the visionary Richard Young. Witness the ultimate showcase of Caribbean design. Experience the bold colors, innovative textures, and breathtaking craftsmanship of 11 premier designers, reimagined and unapologetic. Carnival is Fashion 2. This Friday at 8:05 p.m. only on TTT, the home of Carnival.
Happy Friday, January 30th, 2026. The time now, 6:08 a.m. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Virmala Balkaran, and welcome to Trinidad and Tobago Today. Taking a look at what's trending this morning. Well, some developments following the failed ZOSO bill and what government says comes next. Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander is now telling the country that government has a plan B when it comes to fighting crime, after the Zones of Special Operations bill failed to pass in the Senate. Now, Alexander says while he won't reveal the details of that Plan B, the decision to keep it quiet, of course, it's deliberate. He explained that surprise is an important part of crime fighting and that talking too much about strategy, well, that will only give the criminals time to adjust. What he did make clear, though, is that government is not retreating in the face of crime and that tougher measures are coming once the state of emergency ends in a few days. Well, he also stressed that ZOSO was never just about policing. It was meant to deal with social issues in the communities too, like infrastructure, roads, children not attending schools, basic services. Alexander also said people now have missed out on those benefits, and he added that he continues to receive calls from residents, asking for their areas to be declared special operation zones. Then he insisted the normal citizens really would have benefited from this, and only criminals would have been affected. Now to another story. Well, Prime Minister Kamla Prasad-Bisesa, as you heard in the newscast earlier, says a tire shop owner in Claxton Bay will be fined for littering after illegal dumping of tires at Forest Park Trace. Well, the Prime Minister confirmed that all the tires, of course, have now been removed from the site, and that the shop owner who is responsible will face fines from the litter wardens. And she said that the owner has also been instructed, clean up your property. Now, this follows a video she shared last week showing men unloading tires from the van and dumping them in the area. The Prime Minister thanked the police for stepping in, and then she called on citizens. Let's take pride in our communities. She urged people, stop illegal dumping, clean up after yourselves, and let's help keep Trinidad and Tobago clean and respected. And another story. The president of the Criminal Bar Association, Israel Khan Senior Counsel, well, he's calling for formal investigations into the allegations that were made by the Prime Minister surrounding the ZOSO bill. And we spoke about this 2 days ago. Khan says that the Prime Minister's claim that 2 independent senators allegedly sought personal favors in exchange for support of the bill, well, this amounts to a serious criminal allegation. He says if this is true, this could constitute corruption or soliciting a bribe. Now, he's now calling on the president to summon all 9 independent senators to determine whether any such approach was actually made. He's also urging the matter to be reported to the police and that the DPP request a full criminal investigation. He also says the accusation has cast a cloud over the entire independent branch since the Prime Minister has not named who the 2 senators allegedly involved are. And he described the situation as unprecedented in the country's parliamentary history. And finally this morning, a quick look ahead to Parliament later today. Lawmakers are expected to meet a little later on to debate the Bail Amendment Bill 2026. So in simple terms, let me break this down for you. This bill seeks to tighten bail laws by requiring accused persons to show exceptional circumstances before they are granted bail in certain cases. Now, it also gives the courts more power to examine where bail money or property comes from. So this means anyone posting cash or property for bail would now have to prove that those assets were obtained legally. Also, this bill would allow judges to hold what's called a bail source hearing. And this places the burden of proof on the accused or surety to show legitimate sources of funds. Now, Parliament is expected to take this up later today, and you can follow all the updates on TTT Live online. Well, we hope your Friday has been off to a great start. As we said earlier, we talk education, sport, culture and carnival on Trinidad and Tobago today. Well, this morning we have the honor and privilege of inviting a very special woman on screen. St. Mary's College has made history with the appointment of its first female principal. After more than 3 decades of dedicated service to the institution, educator, beautiful soul Jacinta Honoré officially assumed leadership this week, addressing staff and students during the school's assembly, and she called for continued excellence and high standards. Ms. Honoré has spent 34 years shaping young minds at St. Mary's College, and she now steps into the role at a time when education leadership is evolving rapidly. We've got her on the line via Zoom to join us this morning. Good morning, Ms. Honoré.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
How are you feeling? I mean, this is a huge accomplishment, a huge achievement, and in so many different ways. But how are you soaking all of this up? It's also a huge step, right? And after 34 years of being an educator at the school, now you are in a leadership position. How do you feel?
It is such an honor. It really is such an honor and such a responsibility to be able to take on this role, leadership at St. Mary's College. At this moment, you know, St. Mary's is such a college with such rich history and legacy. So I continue to be part of that particular tradition. So it's really an honor to be part of this for St. Mary's College.
Ms. Honoré, this is a major milestone. I mean, this goes without saying, and this will go down in history. You will be the school's first female principal forever and ever. What does this achievement mean to you personally? And what message do you think it sends about gender parity and women in leadership positions as well?
Yes, it's not just only about being female, but I know the message that could be sent about leadership really is about being competent and leading with that level of integrity and understanding for the wider good of our citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Yes?
Yeah. So as you begin this new chapter, what are you looking forward to most in your role as principal? Now being able to, sit in that office and listen to the complaints of all the students, not just your students. How do you feel about that?
My first priority would be really leading these students that we have charges of, these young men, leading them to understand that they are going to be leaders of Trinidad and Tobago and guiding them to be compassionate young men and citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. So the idea here would be, hey, it's not just about the education, but being compassionate. And I would like to be able to nurture them along that particular line. So that's my first priority, and guiding them to that level of academic excellence. Yes.
Yeah. Ms. Honorary, tell us what did you teach before stepping into this role?
My subject area is mathematics. I'm passionate about mathematics, yes.
Oh my goodness.
Right? I did my first degree and master's at the University of the West Indies. So I am a local university graduate, of the West Indies, St. Augustine. And then I came here at St. Mary's College. I became the head of the mathematics department. And with that learning, I understood the value that mathematics had, particularly in developing the mind of the students and being able to help them solve problems, not just doing it on a written level, but really helping them every day in their day-to-day decision making. And I think that is what it's all about, and taking that in a leadership position as well.
So, Ms. Honorary, will you be continuing on as a mathematics teacher as well, or simultaneously with this role, or do you have to give up that now and your students will really miss you?
Leadership takes on not so much so that you're in your classroom, but I think once you're a mathematics teacher, you're always a mathematics teacher. So
yeah, you'll have students coming and saying, "Principal, can you help me with this formula, please?"
Of course. You still have those who coming to you, "Miss, I understand you're helping you with the mathematics along the way." And I'm still in that particular role because it's all about helping those students as it is.
Yeah, I think you're forever a teacher. No matter where you see your teachers later on in life, you always just say, "Hi, miss, how are you?" And there will always be that, that memory of what they used to teach you and all the moments that you spent with them. Finally, Ms. Honorary, what advice would you give to especially young women this morning who hope to one day take a step like this and step into a leadership position like you?
Believe in your God, believe in yourself. Know that it's all about service and you're very competent. Believe in what you can give to your society and know that it's not just about gender, but you are just competent and strong as well. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Jacinta Honorary, for joining us. Congratulations once again. All the best in your new role going forward. And we can't wait to see the amazing things you'll do at St. Mary's College.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take care. Well, right now, we've actually got a bit of a first address to the school's assembly that's done by Terry and Campbell of TTT.
Installed principal of St. Mary's College in Port of Spain said she was truly honored to stand before the staff and students as the principal of the 163-year-old institution. She described it as a place with a rich and proud history which was built in faith, discipline, brotherhood, service, and pursuit of excellence.
I step into this role with a great respect for that legacy and with a clear commitment of building upon it. As the blessing said, this is an important charge given by God, and I take this seriously.
The new principal took time to address the school's more than 1,000-member population on her commitment to them.
This college exists for you. Every class, every lesson, every extracurricular activity, every rule and expectation is designed not just to educate you, but to develop you and your character, so that you may be developed into young men who will lead with integrity.
The college's head prefect, Terrell Thomas, described Ms. Honore as an exemplary teacher who served at the school for over 34 years.
She notices potential where others may overlook and finds opportunity in places where she may feel helpless. Ms. Honore saw potential in me even before I began to serve as a head prefect. She inspired not only me by expectation alone, but by her belief, showing that I, along with every single student, is capable of more than they imagine.
With this installation of its first female principal, St. Mary's College has entered a new era. Terry Ann Brown Campbell, TTT News.
Your news anytime, anywhere. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News. Committed, accurate, relevant.
Bring your team, bring your flags, bring your vibes. Next 99.1 FM is taking over the Savannah. Sunday 1st February, we are bringing the energy for Jam Iron on the greens. This one you don't want to miss, and it's all inclusive. So secure your packages early. Get yours today on islandetickets.com. Lock in your spot and lock in your team. Next 99.1 FM, the next level of radio.
Tune in for CZIT's National Secondary Schools Climate Quiz, brought to you by Fruta.
Carnival is more than a season. It's who we are. It's rhythm, color, history, and pure vibes from start to finish. And this Carnival, TTT, in partnership with the National Carnival Commission, is bringing you all the major moments live and full of energy. We kick things off with the youths of Steel at Junior Panorama. Then it's Pan Power all the way at Panorama, where the music hits hard and the passion runs dry. Celebrate the future of Calypso at the Junior Calypso Monarch and witness the lyrical mastery at Calypso Fiesta. Then step back into history with the reenactment of the Cambile riots. Don't miss the creativity and spectacle of the kings and queens of Carnival. And be sure to stay tuned as we turn it all the way up for Dimash Gras. Pure performance, pure pageantry, pure Carnival magic. Then follow the heartbeat of the nation with the parade of the bands on Carnival Monday and Tuesday, when the streets come alive with color, rhythm, and freedom. Live broadcasts, special shows, all the vibes. This Carnival season, don't just watch it, feel it, live it, experience it, right here on TTT.
Today we're celebrating academic excellence as we speak with two national scholarship recipients. After years of hard work, dedication, and discipline, they've achieved major milestones, and this morning they're joining us in studio and Zoom as well. Joining us on Zoom, good morning, Elizabeth Singh, and congratulations to you.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
And thanks for being here with us. And also we have joining us in studio, the beautiful Aliyah Sarah. Thank you for being here and congratulations to you as well.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
So I can only imagine for both of you, this may be very overwhelming and this is quite an experience, probably still soaking all of it up. Firstly, for you, Elizabeth, how are you feeling? Are you still just, on a high right now?
I still feel it's just a surreal experience that this has happened. And I feel very grateful and very proud to give this back to my school and my family and my country.
And what was your first reaction when you heard that you were awarded?
I was so shocked. I was so happy and shocked. I heard from one of my friends at first, and I hadn't seen the video from Parliament, so I was confused where he got the information. And then, like about 20 minutes later, I was sent the video, so I could fully, freak out and be very, very, very excited and happy.
Aliyah, what about you? How did you feel when you first heard?
Well, I was in a class actually, and my art teacher sent me the video, and I think I cried for about 3 seconds, but I composed myself to fact check, and even now I'm still confused and very overwhelmed because I've heard of the President's Medal before, but I didn't know what exactly it entailed, so it doesn't feel real yet.
Can you tell us about your preparation, any challenges along the way, and how did you overcome all of this?
Well, my biggest challenge was me being a perfectionist and not being as easy on myself as I should have been. So I often stress myself out over tiny things that, looking back on it, didn't matter that much. So that was my biggest challenge.
Yeah. Elizabeth, what about you? What was your schedule like throughout all of this? How did you balance everything at the same time?
Well, my schedule is very busy. As a NAPS girl, I'm always involved in so many different things. So, from being the head of clubs to participating in Model UN and being in the NAPS Combined Steel Orchestra, all these things, it was very, I would say challenging, but worth the challenge to have all of that along with my studies. And I think it made me much better at time management because I was able to cope with all of it. So in terms of my schedule, I would obviously have classes, and then I would usually have activities during lunch, and then after school I would come back home, do work until maybe about 7, and then do any extra activities I had to do, and then sleep, because I think sleep is very important.
Throughout all of this, I'm pretty sure, Elizabeth, you had a great support system, your family, your friends. Tell us about that, and how did they keep you motivated throughout this journey?
Oh, the place and the position that my family and friends have held is honestly irreplaceable. My friends have been such a great support system, and I remember once, like how Aliyah said, I also was challenged by being a perfectionist and fretting over these small things. But I remember once I did a pure maths midterm, and I thought I did so bad. And I came back to class during lunch, and one of my friends, she saw me crying, and she was like, "It's fine. You're going to win a scholarship anyway. This is just a midterm. Don't worry about it." And I'm like, "No, it's the end of the world." And then this happened. So I should tell her this and thank her. So they were really integral, and my parents, dropping me off, picking me up, telling me all the wise words, and they were just, such great sources of wisdom, as well as my brother Stefan. He was, every time I was stressed out, he would just come and make me laugh, and it was really just irreplaceable. I'm so
that's
grateful.
A really healthy support. What about you, Aliyah? What was your support system like throughout this journey?
Similarly, my family, they were always telling me, come out your room, take a break from studying. But I would feel so guilty for taking a break. But I realized now that I needed to have those social times in order to recharge. And I did art for Cape, and they supported me, even though like people look down on art as a subject area. And they gave me a lot of freedom to choose my path. My friends also, similarly to what you were saying about the midterms, it's completely normal to fail when you're doing end of terms in sixth form. And all my friends and I will all be like, wow, we didn't do as good as we expected, but you know what, we'll come back better for Cape. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. And Cape is definitely a tough one. It's really a tough journey, and it takes a village to really get you through all of that, you know. So a special good morning to both of your support systems, and thank you for all of that, everything that they've done for you. What are your future goals? What are your plans? What do you want to be? I mean, have you figured that out?
Not yet. This is still a lot to process, and I feel like this achievement has opened up new opportunities for me to look at. So it's going to take me a while to think about what I want to do and what I'm passionate about doing. But as of right now, I'm studying my bachelor's in human nutrition and dietetics in the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine. So that is what I'm going to continue doing. And then after that, I will figure it out.
And what about you, Elizabeth? What are your goals, your future plans? What are you thinking right now?
Well, currently I'm at the University of South Florida studying chemical engineering. So that is my current plan. However, this experience has opened up so many avenues, and so I really have to, sit back and take it in and see where I can go from here to really, to really make Trinidad proud and be as successful as I can be.
I love that. Before we close, I want to ask you a very loaded question, and I'm gonna give you the opportunity to tell the students of Trinidad and Tobago, who may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed, Aliyah, or discouraged by school. Sometimes the pressure can get to you. It's a lot, especially getting into exams, CXC, CSEC, even SEA students. What would you tell those students?
I would tell them that, yes, it's very easy to compare your achievements to the achievements of others, and that might create jealousy. But jealousy is a normal thing, is the way that you use that jealousy. So I would encourage them to turn that into inspiration and to turn that into a way to motivate them, not to compete with other people, but for themselves, because everybody has a standard for themselves. And I don't think people should be stressing out themselves to be better than somebody else. Just be the best version of yourself, no matter if it's academic or non-academic.
Yeah, I love that. Elizabeth, what about you? What advice would you give to students looking on, just maybe feeling a little bit overwhelmed, or they are inspired by you both as well this morning?
I would say to just trust in yourself and trust in your ability. Only you know what you put in to what you're striving for. So just genuinely trust in yourself, and don't torture yourself. Don't deprive yourself of, rest and healthy food and all of these things. Don't deprive yourself of spending time with your families and spending time with your friends, because all of this is extremely important. It's not solely about academics. So I believe that one thing I would say is just trust in yourself, take a deep breath, pray before exams, sleep well before exams, and just let it be, and just put down on the paper and study however you want and however you think is effective.
Do you have any hobbies, Elizabeth?
I do. I like to sew, actually. I sew clothes, but In terms of in school, I was in the Peer Helpers Club, the Languages Club. I used to play for Panorama. I also used to sing in the senior choir. I would perform in some plays. What else? I'm actually bilingual. I'm actually bilingual because my mom is Venezuelan, so I speak English and Spanish. Yes, and
you have a lot going on, girl.
I have a lot going on. I have a lot going on.
That makes this achievement even sweeter, I believe. Aaliyah, what about you? Do you have any hobbies?
It's all been good.
I love anything art related. I love painting, drawing, crocheting, sculpting with clay. I also play steel pan in my free time. I played a little bit of steel pan with BATCE. I also was part of the choir in Upper Six. That's basically my hobbies.
Yeah. Well, it really goes to underscore how important it is to have an all-around upbringing, especially when you're approaching exams and all of that. But thank you so much for joining us this morning and sharing a wealth of information with us, a little advice for all the students getting ready for examinations as well. Thank you, Aaliyah and Elizabeth on Zoom, for celebrating with us on Trinidad and Tobago today. Well, the achievements and the awards, they continue. Scores of students were honored for the outstanding achievements in academics and extracurricular activities on Thursday. This as Bishop Anstey High School in Port of Spain hosted their annual awards ceremony themed Charting the Future with Passion and Purpose. Daniel John reports.
Pride and achievement filled Queen's Hall on Thursday as Bishop Anstey High School Port of Spain rolled out the red carpet to honor the students who excelled in the last academic year. The theme for this year's ceremony was Charting the Future with Passion and Purpose. Representative from the Ministry of Education, Simone Haynes Noel, reminded the students that while passion and purpose are crucial for success, persistence is just as important.
It is very easy to be passionate and purposeful when things are good, when conditions are ideal. But the true mark of achieving your goal and the true mark of success is being able to maintain that passion and purpose even in adverse conditions.
Feature speaker and former student of Bishop Anstey High School, Dr. Jamelia Harris, encouraged the students to find their vocation and be open-minded to the many career paths that exist.
And I'm not suggesting that you need to become a politician, perhaps it's better not to, or a judge, or have some high-profile job to contribute. Our teachers contribute. Our nurses contribute, our plumbers contribute, our shopkeepers contribute, our artists contribute. We see it now in the Carnival season. Our athletes contribute.
And acting principal at Bishop Anstey High School, Port of Spain, Debbie Boudan, highlighted some of the school's achievements.
100% passes were obtained in 15 subjects, which were Art Math, Biology, Caribbean History, Chemistry, English A, Information Technology, Integrated Science, Music, Physical Education, Physics, Principles of Business, Social Studies, Clothing and Textiles, Performing Arts, and Visual Arts.
Ms. Boudan has noted that the school has also seen success in extracurricular activities like track and field, the RBC Young Leaders Program, and choir, just to name a few. Daniel John, TTT News.
Watch the passion building and the voices roaring with the mission done and the game is won. With the music talking and the big stage calling, the culture comes alive and it's just endless vibes. The future's bright, we'll be more bright. Now it's sweet time, the time to shine. Life is on, it's no time to be timid. So chase those dreams, live without limit. Life is on, it's sparking
goes on with B-Mobile.
Join the next generation of change makers on CZIT Secondary School Climate Quiz every Wednesday at 5 p.m. and Saturday at 5:50 p.m. only on TTT. Brought to you by Fruta.
It's where art meets movement and culture meets couture. This Friday, TTT takes you front row for a special presentation of Carnival is Fashion 2, curated by the visionary Richard Young. Witness the ultimate showcase of Caribbean design. Experience the bold colors, innovative textures, and breathtaking craftsmanship of 11 premier designers, reimagined and unapologetic. Carnival is Fashion 2, this Friday at 8:05 p.m., only on TTT, the home of Carnival.
Bring your team, bring your flags, bring your vibes. Next 99.1 FM is taking over the Savannah. Sunday 1st February, we are bringing the energy for Jam Iron on the greens. This one you don't want to miss, and it's all inclusive. So secure your packages early. Get yours today on islandetickets.com. Lock in your spot and lock in your team. Next 99.1 FM, the next level of radio.
We don't need no big promoter. The neighbors go be responsible. So when you see the police, tell them come get something to eat right there in the back. Yeah, jam. Money in the Balkaran. It's not in the nature. Money in the pocket. This life I wanna love it. Money in the Balkaran. It's not in the
TTT News every night at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Education this morning. Colleen Davis and Sandra Pike Anthony, both with Vinny Upwan, in partnership with the Cropper Foundation, joining us, showcasing their work in strengthening civil society organizations. Now, the project they're spearheading, Ignite CSOs. They're offering scholarships for micro-credential courses for under-resourced community service organizations in efforts to ensure a well-developed and robust civil society. Good morning, ladies, and welcome.
Morning. Thank you.
It's good to have you here. Look so radiant on set this morning. So we're talking great news in education, and what exactly is the Ignite CSOs micro-credential scholarship in simple terms? Break it down for us.
Well, Ignite CSOs stands for Improving Governance, Networking, and Inclusivity, and it empowers civil society organizations. So that is what the whole project is about. So the scholarships are for micro-credentials. We took the bold step of saying we were going to develop national accountability standards for the civil society. This is not something that started today, but after we set the standards, we then invited people to, or CSOs, to assess themselves. And the natural consequence of assessing where you are as against where you want to be is trading. So the micro-credentials are mini courses in the fields of governance, financial management, project management, and human resource management.
So tell us who can apply for this, and what types of organizations are, well, is this meant for?
So it's meant for all civil society organizations, who include groups like community-based organizations, village councils, NGOs working in the environment, education, anybody who is not a state organization and who has come together with a passion to contribute to the life of people in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the courses being offered through this program.
Well, we're starting off with two that are available immediately. One is on governance, And that tells you how the board and the organization should be structured and how to govern your organization more effectively and efficiently.
Okay.
The other one is project management, because most organizations do projects. Life is a project. And so we have those two that are immediately available. One is in partnership with the Caribbean Corporate Governance Institute, and the other one with the Inter-American Development Bank. So these are internationally recognized certificates that are going to be available after you do these courses. The courses are going to be available online. They'll be free for the participants. They're self-paced and internationally recognized certificates. What more could you want?
I was just about to say that. What more could you want? So everyone's probably listening and wondering, when is the deadline to apply? Have we missed it? Where can we sign up? Tell us about that.
Our initial deadline is February 15th. And there's
some time.
Yes, there's some time. So you can apply online. I believe we sent the link.
Yes.
And so to just press the link, and when you access the link, you're also going to access the National Accountability Framework, which we strongly encourage people to read through, because they need to understand why civil society organizations need to combine the passion for what they're doing with accountability and transparency. It's going to underscore that when you do that, we become trustworthy organizations that donors, government, partners in the private sector would feel, yes, this is worth our investment. And in fact, just yesterday, the FIU had an online meeting, an outreach session with civil society organizations. And they were underscoring some of the new legislative amendments that have been made to what governs civil society organizations in Trinidad and Tobago. In 2018, 2019, there was a concern that our sector was vulnerable to terrorist financing and money laundering. And so there were many, the act was brought in to govern us with that. We no longer are seen as high risk for that. But it's important for us to continue to demonstrate in ways that we can take accountability for, that we can be transparent and trustworthy. Yeah. So even yesterday, the FIU representative was saying, take full advantage of this scholarship opportunity.
Yeah, we actually have that website for you. It's csogo.org/scholarship/. Again, that's csogo.org/scholarship/. So if you want to take advantage of this, it would be a great opportunity. You have until February 15th. So why should NGOs and community groups take advantage of this at this time, ladies?
Accountability is everybody's business. That's one of the taglines that when you open up the National Accountability Framework, you will see accountability is everybody's business. That means it's yours, mine, the government's, and every citizen should be accountable.
Yeah.
Especially organizations that are taking public money to do their work. They need to be accountable. And so organizations that participate in these scholarships are going to learn better ways of being accountable. And when you are accountable, the public trusts you more. Your funders trust you more. So we are encouraging everyone, every organization. You don't have to be registered as an NPO to do the course. It could be a small organization, me, my sister, and the neighbor down the road. Just if you have formed an organization, if you're not yet registered, we will help you during the process.
Yes.
I would say in addition to that, we are passionate about what we do. Oftentimes we don't have a lot of human resource, and we want to make sure we're achieving our social mission. So when you can take these courses, they will help you to not just work harder, but to work smarter.
Yeah.
Even when we were reviewing what the Corporate Governance Institute sent to us, we recognize, there are various ways that we could also sharpen our edge. How do you have better meetings? How do you have board members that are better prepared for the work that they're doing?
Yeah.
Yes?
All right, once again, that site is csogo.org/scholarship/. Before we go, ladies, any closing words? I know you just encourage everyone, you're the neighbor down the road, anybody, a small organization come, but any closing words to people maybe watching right now and wondering, should I really do this? Is it a long application? Is the process hard? Do I really want to sign on to this, click this site and really do this morning? What would you tell them?
It's very easy. It's nothing. It's not like a university degree. But if you want to take this further, it will help you because you can get credit for this for further development, for further courses.
Yeah, when you think about the application process, you want to encourage them to say, it's a really easy process, guys. Just click the link.
Absolutely. Click the link and you can do the courses at your own pace because we recognize your work is onerous. We're not adding more weight. We're just giving you something that will make your work just stand out even better.
What did you say? It's accountability.
Accountability is everybody's
business. Ladies, how long have you been a part of this organization or this or doing this work?
I'm a foundation member of Vinyapuan.
Okay. Tell us about Vinyapuan.
Vinyapuan, the name is Patwa, or
Yes.
Creole.
Yeah.
And it means come and learn and also come and teach.
Okay.
And we started about 20, maybe 23 years ago, after community development offered leaders of non-governmental organizations the opportunity to train so they could train their own organizations and other non-governmental organizations.
Okay, and now you're in partnership with the Cropper Foundation.
Yes.
And what about you? How long have you been doing this?
I have been in the NGO sector for over 30 years. And in fact, Sandra here was once the general manager of YMCA. I'm a third generation NGO person. I'm very passionate about this sector. And with Vinyapuan, I've been here for over 10 years. Started out as executive director, and now I'm the board secretary.
Wow, what a powerful Friday morning it's been. We've just had a cast of only powerful females gracing us in studio and on Trinidad and Tobago today. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us. Remember
you.
that website again, it's csogo.org/scholarship/. You can log on and apply for that scholarship if you are interested. Well, the time now just about 6:52 a.m. And well, Wednesday marked the grand finale of the John Cupid Carnival Village, where pulsating music, unforgettable performances, and the true spirit of Trinidad and Tobago came alive. From the stage to the crowd, the energy was non-stop as patrons and performers soaked in one last night of carnival magic. Karen Brown was there and gives us all the details.
Curtains came down on the John Cupid Carnival Village. Many made sure to be a part of the final night's celebration. I spoke with a few patrons to find out what drew them out for the last lap of festivities.
It's important for me to come out for the final nights of the village because I believe that tonight they're going to bring out all stops. They're going to have a grand time, and persons who you would not have seen for the rest of the village, you've seen it here tonight. I like all the characters. I like that they bring out the Damnorin, the Moko Chombies, the little Blue Devils. I really like they incorporating the culture so that people will know that this is part of Trinidad, this is our culture.
I think it's because they get in mostly all the artists. We are in hard times and have people cannot afford to pay for those tickets. And then ambience. And then they don't have to go elegantly dressed. Casual carnival time.
I also caught up with several soca celebrities such as Wilfin Alves, Anika Berry, and college boy Jesse, as they shared their closing thoughts on the John Cupid Carnival Village and what the experience meant to them.
This is my first time here, and it's a pleasure to be in the closing ceremony. So we're going to end it up, bam! Happen to be accompanied by Rasta the World, so it's an next honor. You know, I rather a live band over tracks more than anything. This is definitely the place to be this year. You know, who knows how they set it up. The public finally get a chance to come every night to see their favorite Calypso and their favorite soca artists, Carnival characters, and just embrace and enjoy culture like they never did before. Yeah man, blessings. And there used to be one space, now there are two spaces, next day might be three spaces. So The food is on display, culture is on display, the music is on display, and I just want to just wish everybody a happy and safe carnival. Blessings to all the stakeholders involved.
Tell them to go party, party, bad. We're coming back on the road, because we love to party hard. Real hard, real hard. I'm really excited, but I'm also kind of sad that tonight's the last night. I think this is my third Carnival Village for the season, so I'm just excited to show the love, share the love. The energy's up here already. I didn't go on stage yet, but I'm excited to see everybody. It's nice, like today I brought my whole family. My uncle is here, Tanti's outside, my daughter's outside. So all of us are just trying to enjoy it and, have a good time together. So I like that about this event. Everybody could come out and we could all enjoy ourselves.
I think it's good. I think it's good to know that every single night, all week, people coming out. That shows that something is being done, in a good way.
This year's village was mind-blowing. It was amazing how much work they put into promoting the traditional mass alongside the soca and the calypso and the drumming and all the other fragments of Trinidad Carnival.
As we close the curtains on the 2026 edition of the John Cupid Carnival Village, one thing is clear: Carnival is more than costumes and roads. It's culture, it's community, it's connection. I'm Karen Brown, TTT News.
A nice, cool, breezy day ahead of us today. 3 minutes before 7 o'clock. Stay with us. Carrie will be with us with the 7 a.m. news right after the short break.
You ever jump in a car after a fete knowing that the driver more tipsy than you? Yeah, you make it home, but not everybody lucky like you. No, we're not taking that chance in Carnival 2026, alright? We're making better choices. Choose a designated driver or book a ride. Remember, better choices, safer Carnival. I could pick mango, I could pick guava, I could pick tamarind. We're making better choices, so designate a driver. Polo! Roti, she love the choker, she love the bygone.
Your world moves fast, so do we. TTT News brings you the people, events, and issues that matter most. Stay informed, stay ahead. TTT News, every night at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Dearer to me than all the stars. So many wish but never reach. 'Cause when I'm falling and all the world seems dark, you help me find my peace. Oh, shun mi ba vijani. Oh, shun mi ba.
Good morning. This is your TTT News update at 7. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Ravi Rathiram revealed on Wednesday that NAMDEVCO is working to establish a new agro-processing facility aimed at providing major benefits to farmers. Farmers are being encouraged to add more value to their produce through agro-processing. It comes from Minister of Agriculture Ravi Rathiram. He says the National Agricultural Marketing and Development Corporation, NAMDEVCO, is in the process of setting up a new agro-processing facility for this country.
The government of India would have donated to us an agro-processing facility in the tune of $1 million. CEO of NAMDEVCO is working towards getting that up and installed. And that agro-processing facility is going to be processing fruits and vegetables and so forth that we can utilize for export purpose. And
Minister Rathiram adds that a new facility is also being set up to process cassava flour.
So cassava and other provisions can be now converted into flour, which is much healthier than the wheat. The glycemic index in terms of the diabetes part of it, and thing, the cassava flour is recommended as healthier. So we are also moving into the direction of having a healthier Trinidad and Tobago.
Minister Rathiram made these announcements while addressing a farmers' consultation at the office of the Member of Parliament for Tunapuna. In other news, the government has strongly condemned the Senate's rejection of the Zones of Special Operations, or ZOSO, bill. In a media release, Couva South MP Barry Padarath reaffirmed the government's full support for Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar, accusing independent senators of hindering measures aimed at curbing violent crime. In a media release dated January 29th, Member of Parliament Barry Padarath defended the Prime Minister's criticism of independent senators following the defeat of the ZOSO bill in the Senate. MP Padarath accused the independent senators of prioritizing political considerations over public safety. The release argues that crime remains concentrated in vulnerable communities and maintains that the rejection of the legislation leaves communities exposed to gang violence, drug trafficking, and other serious offenses. Mr. Padarath also rejected claims that the proposed legislation posed a threat to human rights, saying it included safeguards and was intended to restore law and order in high-crime areas. The government indicated intentions to return with revised legislation, stating that all constitutional and legal options will be considered in future efforts to address crime. The statement also reaffirmed the government's support for the Prime Minister and her stance against gang activity and organized crime. Independent senators have previously said their decision to vote against the bill was based on concerns over constitutional protections and civil liberties. In some sport news now, Minister of Sport and Youth Affairs Philip Watts has commended world-ranked national cyclist Nicholas Paul during a courtesy visit to the ministry. Minister Watts praised Paul's consistency and discipline, highlighting his current world #2 ranking as a source of national pride and inspiration for young athletes. Paul also shared plans to host an international cycling competition in Trinidad, an initiative welcomed by the minister for its potential to boost sport tourism and local talent. Paul is expected to depart TNT soon as he prepares for upcoming international events. And that was your TTT News update, and now we return to Trinidad and Tobago today.
Bring your team, bring your flags, bring your vibes. Next 99.1 FM is taking over the Savannah. Sunday 1st February, we are bringing the energy for Jam Iron on the greens. This one you don't want to miss, and it's all inclusive. So secure your packages early. Get yours today on islandetickets.com. Lock in your spot and lock in your team. Next 99.1 FM, the next level of radio.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes,
Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry-Leen Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
So I got right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
It's where art meets movement and culture meets couture. This Friday, TTT takes you front row for a special presentation of Carnival is Fashion 2, curated by the visionary Richard Young. Witness the ultimate showcase of Caribbean design. Experience the bold colors, innovative textures, and breathtaking craftsmanship of 11 premier designers, reimagined and unapologetic. Carnival is Fashion 2, this Friday at 8:05 p.m., only on TTT, the home of Carnival.
Your stories, your communities, your country. TTT News is everywhere, on the ground, across Trinidad and Tobago, and on every smart device. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Welcome back to Trinidad and Tobago Today. Follow us for all the stories that you see here and more at TTT Live Online. If you have a story idea, a press release, or you want to collaborate with us, we'd love to hear from you. Contact us today at tttoday@ttt.co.tt and be part of the conversation that's shaping our nation. Trinidad and Tobago Today, news you can trust and stories that matter. Well, this morning we're turning our attention to youth development through sport, of course, as the Sports Company of Trinidad and Tobago officially launches its primary schools cricket program 2026 later today at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. This initiative is a 5-month national program designed to introduce structured cricket coaching to young students across 66 primary schools, helping to build discipline, teamwork, and early sporting talent, while strengthening the pathway from school cricket all the way to national representation. Joining us in studio this morning, Mrs. Lindell Hoyt Sanchez, the head of the Community Sports Department from Sport TT, is going to share so much more about this program and what it means for our children, our schools, and the future of cricket in Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, Mrs. Hoyt Sanchez.
Good morning to you and good morning to the viewing public. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
So I know there's this big launch happening a little later today, and you took the time to be here with us this morning ahead of all of that, so thank you for that. What is the primary schools cricket program exactly, and why is it important now?
Okay, so the primary school cricket program, as you had mentioned earlier, is an initiative from the Sport Company. It's a program that's going to be, it's a national initiative, as I mentioned. It's going to be rolled out to over 60 primary schools. Why is it important now? We're thinking there is a need for structured sports at that primary school level. Cricket being one of the fast-moving sport, we thought it best to introduce a sport at that early age where we can, foster that level of development, improve skills, develop the proper technique, correct techniques, so these youngsters will be able to grow in the sport of cricket.
Yeah. Now, how does this program support Sport TT's wider mission?
Okay. Sport TT mission is more or less to develop sport through service leadership. So this program is more or less to bring quality coaching to individuals, developing a structured program. Of course, we know a lot of primary schools do not have that sport-specific
type of training where they will do mainly physical education and fundamentals. We want to bring the sport specific into that realm at earlier, but not so much with regards to too much ID, but we're looking at developing the fundamentals that relates to the sport of cricket early.
What long-term benefits, Mrs. Hoyt-Sanchez, do you expect for schools and communities from this program?
Okay, so we know sport teaches a number of things. So it's not just the skill. So we're looking at individuals, we're preparing you for more or less lifestyle. We're looking at good citizens. So we're looking at developing teamwork among the youth, decision-making skills, social skills. You're looking at how best you can now foster discipline that can be transferred throughout. So we're looking at more the softer skills in conjunction with the sports skills to develop those individuals. So we're looking at a long-term holistic development of the participants in the program.
Now let's talk in actual practice. What does this program look like, in practice in a primary school?
Okay, so we would have certified coaches going into the primary schools. We do have a syllabus that we're going to be following, so there's going to be a structured program. The coaches are going to be delivering these programs daily to the individuals, of course, hoping that, well, the intention is for them to have fun while they are learning. So it's going to be structured, we're going to follow the syllabus. Persons will of course learn basic cricketing skills, as I mentioned before, while they participate in the program. So we're going to be part of small-sided games, encourage competition. We're going to be monitoring them. We're going to be assessing them. We're going to be evaluating their progress. We're going to be able to what part of the program is, we're going to have continuous assessment where we will look at how the athletes develop, how the students develop, where their shortcomings are, where the improvements need to be made, and we're going to help them to develop those skills when we see gaps with regards to their skill acquisition. That's part of what we're going to be doing to help them.
66 schools, that's a lot of schools to manage and for this program. That's tremendous. So how would Sport TT ensure quality and consistency across all the schools?
Okay, so we do have, outside of the coaches, we do have officers that will be supervising these coaches, supervising the delivery of the program. They are trained with regards to doing some analysis as well, ensuring that the coaches follow the plan and deliver what is expected of them. And we will also be keeping close contact with schools, with principals. To an extent, we do want to encourage parents. So we will have that communication gap open where we'll be able to continue developing those athletes. And of course, as I mentioned before, we will have a strict monitoring and evaluating activity going on at the same time, so where we could monitor the progress. And of course, key for us is delivery and how it is being accepted by the schools and the children that's participating.
Mrs. Hoyt-Sanchez, this is, you said, the second year of this program, I believe?
Yes, it is.
It's the second year.
Yes.
So what really led to this program being, or this initiative being created? There was a need for this, I'm guessing?
Yes, it started initially as a pilot. We saw the success of that program where the schools were very enthusiastic about it. Principals kept calling, when are you coming back to my school? When are you going to be doing? And the students really stood out with regards to how they function in being involved in a new sport. Because as we know, most young children will play football, they will run, hardly likely they'll pick up the sport of cricket. And because of that enthusiasm, we thought it wise to continue and build on what we had started last year. So it's a progression from last year, because we're going to be going into besides the primary schools, we do have a little segment within the secondary schools, and we do have part of it going into the communities. That's where we're going to have further development within the community programs. But again, it's because of the enthusiasm and the interest, we thought it wise that we should continue and progress the program.
Yeah. What do you hope that, what skills or values do you hope that children get from this initiative?
Okay, so we're looking at, of course, understanding sport, understanding that sports do have rules and guidelines that you follow. And the intention of course, when you have rules and guidelines, those things transition into lifestyles. So obviously we're looking at them being able to follow instructions on and off the field, develop their discipline on and off the field, and of course that is expected to transition into their personal movement and their personal lifestyles.
And in the 2025 edition of this program, what stood out the most when you assessed all of that at the end of it and really pushed you guys to do this again in 2026?
What was very, very outstanding, or what stood out for us, was the level of skill acquisition. We looked at where the athletes, the students started and where they ended at the end of the program, and we were able to see that transition from just not just holding a ball, but being able to control that ball when it comes to bowling, or even control your bat and striking that ball. So we saw that progression, and we saw where there was a need for the continuation of that program.
Yeah. Where can people get more information about this program or Sport TT in general and everything that it offers?
Okay, so we can visit Sport TT at our social media handles. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, sporttt.com. You can get all the information that you would like on that.
I know the official launch of the program is actually later today.
Yes.
So we're happy that you're here before that to give us the exclusive scoop on it. What can we expect from today's official launch? A lot more about the program, I can only imagine.
Yes, so we have some, an overview of the program will be mentioned at the launch. We're going to have the Minister of Sport and Youth Affairs speaking and bringing greetings. We have the Ministry of Education, because you know this program will be done in conjunction with the Ministry of Education and also with the governing body, which is the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board. So we're going to have those persons present today. We will also have a couple of the schools involved in the program. They were going to have some students from the schools there. We're going to be taking some testimonies from persons who would have participated before to share information on what transpired and what how meaningful the program was for them, so they can now give their testimony to other persons and other schools and of course other students. Because we have a teacher that's going to be talking about the success of the program in his school, and of course we're going to interview a student or two who will be able to explain how the program has benefited them throughout their
those anecdotes will really help to inspire students going forward. Well, thank you so much, Mrs. Lindell Hoyt-Sanchez, for joining us this morning, talking about the Primary Schools Cricket Program 2026. You can find out all about that via TTT Live online. We'll be covering that. Well, moving to some more sport news now. Action in the courts. All sectors Netball League continued at the Eastern Regional Indoor Facility in Tacarigua. In the Premiership Division, UTT squared up against UTC, and the University women gave the money brokers a lot to think about after the encounter. Bartholomew has more in this report.
From the opening whistle in this Premiership Division matchup between UTT and UTC, the University ladies hit the ground running. Goal attack, Janisha Kasime opening the scoring. The Unit Trust squad was in no way prepared for the speed of the match, as their passes were quickly picked off by the UTT defense. They then turned that opportunity into offense, pushing the ball all the way back to the business end for goal shoot Shania Morgan to finish off. Morgan, the target for most of their attacks, as she was making every chance count. By the time Pearl St. John got UTC on the board, they were looking at a 7-point deficit, and they needed a plan to overcome the oppressive UTT defense. Goal shoot Crystal Noel Coburn also getting a rare opportunity to sink one for her squad here. And if shots like these counted for more than 1 point, then Coburn would have a fighting chance to put her squad back into the game. However, the Morgan Kasime duo on the other end were all business, making sure that their team's effort in the open court counts. At the end of the first quarter, UTT was sitting pretty with an 11-point lead, 16-5 UTT at the whistle. In the second quarter, things got progressively worse for the Unit Trust squad, prompting the bench to make a few changes to combat the free flow points happening on the opposite side of the court. However, UTT's rhythm was not broken as they continued to control the dance. UTT opening up a 24-point lead by the half. 34-10, UTT at that point. The second half brought more misery for the UTC ladies as the one-way traffic continued. Goal attack, Janisha Kasimi dropped in 29 of her 43 attempts. Goal shoot Shania Morgan led all scorers in the match with 34 from 43 attempts as they romped home on a canter, burying the UTC squad in this encounter. The Unit Trust squad needing to do some introspection at the end of this one, as by the end of 4 quarters, the final score read UTC 22, UTT 67. Chiwale Bartholomew, TTT Sport.
An already tight race in Tobago gets tighter and a cracker in the East, where the main highlights of another action-packed match day in the East-West Corridor Football League. Here's a look at the standings in the various zones.
The big game on match day 4 in the Tobago zone of the East-West Corridor Football League was the top-of-the-table clash between star-studded Kings United and the well-oiled Blue Nation. Kings went into the encounter at the top of the standings, but that changed after 90 minutes, with Blue Nation boys coming out 2-1 winners. The win taking Blue Nation to pole position for the lone round of 16 spot up for grabs. Still in the fray are Mount Pleasant boys after they hammered Team Ready 8-0 to stick in a close third position. In the East, AIA Santos surged to the top of the standings following a 4-0 demolition of Maracas United FC. But the game of the round was at the Maloney Recreation Ground between the home squad TT Ballers versus an inconsistent Waterfield United. Waterfield jumped out to a 2-0 first half lead and seemed to be cruising after the first 45. But Ballers came storming back. Waterfield gathered themselves and got the late winner. This put them in third place, just behind FC Porto Arima and ahead of Trin City Nationals, all three being on 9 points. The game to watch on the weekend will be at Maloney on Saturday between Trin City and Waterfield, while on Sunday at the Eddie Hart Savannah, leaders AIA Santos versus Eastern Connect FC should be an enticing clash. The North still sees 3 unbeaten teams after 6 matches, with the Belmont outfit Sheriff Angels now leading the standings. A dormant Simeon Road holds on to second ahead of Trendsetter Hawks, who got a crucial 1-0 win over Tinto Academy. United Brotherhood suffered their first loss and slips to fourth, Cruzeiro FC with the upset. Saturday's doubleheader at the Hazley Crawford Stadium in Port of Spain could result in more shake-ups at the top. Legacy FC is clear at the top of the South, with Trippy FC and Mascal FA in a tight race for the second round of 16 qualification spot. They all got positive results on the weekend to maintain their status. Dernell Mascal and her squad take on Trippy on Sunday at the Irene Recreation Ground for the clash of the round. Orange Field Firehouse dropped points on the weekend but still hold on to the lead in the Central. Simple Touch closed the gap to 1 point with a hard-fought win over Chamillionaire, who are unfortunate to be still without a point. They will hope to change that on Saturday at the Ansel Elcock Ground in Frederick Settlement when they meet fellow strugglers Amlas FC. The Northeast is ruled by Eastern County FC, despite them being dormant. Dream Team United FC and Tamana United stay second and third respectively, following their 1-1 draw. The lone fixture on the weekend in the Northeast is an interesting one, with Dream Team facing Bonaire FC at the Larry Gomes Stadium in Malabar. Wayne Cunningham, TTT Sport.
Thanks, Wayne. And across to our sister Isle, Signal Hill United booked their place in the final of the Tobago FA Cup on February 5th when they got past Leeds United of Wim at the Dwight York Stadium. And we have the highlights.
exciting element of this year's Tobago FA Cup is that no one can be counted as clear favourites, with all 4 teams with a shot of lifting the cup, with special mention to Golden Lane, the only First Division team in the last 4. Kicking off the semi-finals in Bacalet on Wednesday was a clash between Leeds United in green and black and Signal Hill United. Signal Hill United felt that they got a break in the 18th minute for a foul in the area, but the referee did not see it that way. No VAR to help. Not sure if this was a make-up call 2 minutes later, because the man in the middle had judged the next tackle to be a foul. Penalty. Leeds United players in disbelief. As cool as you like it, Kenvern Marcel picks his corner and scores 1-0 Signal Hill in the 21st minute. From a drop ball in their own area, Leeds made their way up the field before Akini James' cross picked out Kyle James, who was denied by the feet of the keeper, Abdallah Osman, before Tariq Richards placed the rebound into the top corner. 1-1 in the 34th. It took 4 minutes for Signal Hill to respond. They worked the left flank well to release Henson Charles, who pulled it back for Jabari Alexander to slot home low. 2-1 and back on top. And Signal Hill United took advantage of a still shell-shocked Leeds a couple of minutes later, when Purcell Ewing picked out Henson Charles, who finished in stride. A corner on the other end gave Leeds an opportunity to draw one back before the break. And they did, with the keeper failing to stop Kyle James's header. The bad bounce doing the trick. 3-2 Signal Hill with the lead at the break. That goal just before the half kept Leeds in it, and they caught a break in the 62nd minute when the ball deflected onto the hand of the defender, Ansel George. The referee immediately pointed to the spot. Kyle James shut down the middle and under the keeper to level the score for Leeds at 3 apiece in the 63rd. An exciting 27 minutes of football left to play. Chances, but no more scoring, as this encounter finished 3-3 after regulation at the Dwight York Stadium. So it's off the penalties. Signal Hill kick first, with both teams looking productive from the spot, before Kyle James was stopped by Abdallah Osman. His kick was not too convincing. His teammate Karel Vincent had to score when his turn came up to keep Wim in the contest, but he skied his effort, handing Signal Hill United the 4-2 penalty shootout win and a place in the Tobago FA Cup final on Wednesday, 4th February. Vincent didn't seem too heartbroken at the end. Wayne Cunningham, TDT Sport.
Thanks again, Wayne. Did you know that today is Fun at Work Day? Do you have fun at work? I know some people don't, they don't relate the word fun with work, but if you have a job like mine, then it's always going to be fun when you have an amazing team. Also, thanks to my great team for another great week of Trinidad and Tobago Today. When we come back, so much more. 7:28, that's the time on TNT Today.
Pastor Lisa Singh from Heavenly Grace Ministries in New York, and I want to take this opportunity to invite you to join me right here every Sunday morning at 6:30 a.m. We have exciting teaching series that is just changing the lives of people, so I'm excited to bring this to you right here every Sunday morning at 6:30 a.m. God bless you.
I think we all put Panaz somewhere in the back of our head, and it's locked there forever. We didn't quite bring it to the forefront until now.
The main reason for us forming the band was to enter a competition in Trinidad called Pan Ramajé. after the 4th year winning, we pulled out of the competitive arena and tried to start spreading music overseas.
We want to actually show the audience what Trinidad and Tobago music is about.
You know, it's like we changed the perspective that people had of pan and pan players.
When we feed off of each other, the crowd actually feel that energy, and then they start to get excited, and then we start to feed off of their energy now.
I think in those moments I felt like, yes, I was living my dream.
To see the joy on the players' faces when we perform, it will always stick in my heart.
Let's get it started. I'm telling you, all work and no play, me say, no way. We don't want no matter that I need a stress reliever. 2 drinks in my hand and a girl in the middle. That's the one we need to find, the middle. For the sake of peace of mind, so the middle.
Carnival is more than a season. It's who we are. It's rhythm, color, history, and pure vibes from start to finish. And this Carnival, TTT, in partnership with the National Carnival Commission, is bringing you all the major moments, live and full of energy. We kick things off with the youths of Steel at Junior Panorama. Then it's Pan, Power, all the way at Panorama, where the music hits hard and the passion runs dry. Celebrate the future of Calypso at the Junior Calypso Monarch and witness the lyrical mastery at Calypso Fiesta. Then step back into history with the reenactment of the Cambile riots. Don't miss the creativity and spectacle of the kings and queens of Carnival. And be sure to stay tuned as we turn it all the way up for Dimashra. Pure performance, pure pageantry, pure Carnival magic. Then follow the heartbeat of the nation with the parade of the bands on Carnival Monday and Tuesday, when the streets come alive with color, rhythm, and freedom. Live broadcasts, special shows, all the vibes. This Carnival season, don't just watch it, feel it, live it, experience it, right here on TTT.
As Carnival 2026 continues to unfold, Calypso remains right at the heart of our culture, from nurturing young talent to bringing powerful performances to the stage. Well, joining us in studio this morning, we have Rondell Donowa, Public Relations Officer at TUCO, and Terry Lyons from the Calypso Dynasty to give us an update on how the season has been going so far and what exciting events are still to come. Good morning to you both and welcome to Trinidad and Tobago Today.
Good morning. Good morning.
Trinidad and Tobago. Well, a short season, a bumper season as well.
Yes.
First things first, how has it been with all of the events, one after the next?
Oh, it has been very hectic, particularly managing multiple events simultaneously. Of course, we're here to talk about TUCO as well as the Calypso Dynasty. The Calypso Dynasty, which was formerly Calypso House, was launched 2 years ago, basically to infuse different type of cultures within our hemisphere. So we have Calypso, Chutney, we had spoken word last year, Extempo, etc. So the Calypso Dynasty, which is in Radisson Hotel, which is our new home, ecstatic, amazing cast, and of course, you know, I invite persons to continue coming out to the tent. Tonight is Ladies Night, 2-on-1 tickets. So I mean, we look forward. I mean, the tent is 4 weeks running until Carnival Friday, which is the 13th of February. We have, I guess, a fantastic cast like Terry Lyons, Freetown Collective Muhammad. We have Monarchs, Corinne Ashe, Gypsy, Dwayne O'Connor, Tazia O'Connor, Pretty, loads of artists, Aaron Duncan, Mark Pierre, So it's a lot. It's a lot. Rampo, he's the semi-finalist in the Chutney Monarch, Risa Nell. But with respect to Tuco, I mean, Tuco has been having a lot of events. It's not only the Calypso Dynasty, which is its flagship tent, but we also have tents in South. That's Calypso Showcase. They launched as well 2 weeks ago. In the East, Calypso Caravan, and as well in the North, Classic Rousseau headlining all around the Hendrickson family, and all. I mean, it's just been quite amazing. And of course, we're culminating into the main event of the season, which is Calypso Fiesta, which is in Skinner Park. So that's where 40 contestants are vying for the crown, to see if they can topple Helan Francis, which is the reigning monarch, and that is on 7th of February at Skinner Park, San Fernando.
Right. Well, before I ask you about Ladies' Night and what to expect a little later on tonight, good morning again, Terry.
Good morning.
You've had an amazing season, right?
Yes,
and all of your seasons have been amazing, and I hate the fact that we call it season because it's not a seasonal thing.
Yes.
It's on. You've always been putting in the work all year long. Yeah. So how has it been for you this carnival? And I'm still going to say the word season.
Yes, this carnival started off great for me because last year I brought back home the title for Trinidad and Tobago of being the Queen of Queens, Calypso Queen of the Caribbean. So we are holding it for the 4th time consecutively since 2022.
Right.
So my year has started off great. And then being a part of the Dynasty team, as you said, most people know it as Calypso House, has been rebranded to Dynasty. So the reason why I'm repeating that, because we try to get it in people at Dynasty. So being a part, this is my first year with Dynasty at the Radissons. And for all those who want to hear the blessings, come out tonight for the ladies. It's Ladies' Night tonight. Women's Night. Queen's Night tonight. All right, but my year has been great. I have to say that with my movie also, Queen of Soca, which will be back in theaters February the 5th, right in the smack of the carnival. So those who wasn't able to view it and they are here for the carnival, you can go in on February the 5th and take a view.
And why the change to Dynasty?
Again, I mean, Calypso House has always been royalty. But however, we wanted to rebrand. And the best way to rebrand is by bringing kings and queens together. So that is why we renamed it Calypso Dynasty, giving a new setting, a new location, and of course, different vibe. And again, the diaspora of our culture being varied, rather than just only Calypso. I mean, we have chutney, we have, again, extempo. So it gave audiences a better view of our culture, not making it seem as though it's one way, right? But it's all inclusive. So that is the reason why we renamed it The Dynasty, actually.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. That's really interesting. So you said Blessing earlier, and I know that's Blessing. Also the name of your song.
That is the name of
Tell us about how that came about.
Blessing, I had that song for about 2.5 years. Every time I go to sing it, I get a next song from Maria Bola and say, you know what, I'm going to put this on the back burner. It's a song that I started, because a lot of people don't know that I write. So I started writing it. And I was missing a few lines from it, so I asked Maria, because I get writer's block very bad. And I needed sometime, when I get writer's block, I need to rest it down and come back. But I didn't have a month to rest it down, because we only have a month of Carnival. So I called Maria, I said, Maria, I'm missing some lines here, and I need you to wake up something in me. So she will be like, all right, try this, try that. And then we word things differently. So I will go home and word it differently, how I will speak or in the vision, and because only I will know the vision that I want for the song. So I will go back home and rewrite certain things, melody. Sat down with Mang, who's the producer of the song. Yeah. That's Kes.
We actually had Mang on the show this week.
Kes, all right, his keyboardist. And I have everything up in my head, so I will be singing out the keys, singing out the drums, singing out the horns, and they'll be laughing at me, but they understand the process and they have a lot of patience with me. Big up, man.
All right. Well, Mr. Donovan, tell us about the upcoming events on your end, and
of course.
Why should people come?
Well, with respect to Dynasty, as I said, we have our 10th again Ladies' Night tonight. 2-on-1 tickets, $200.
2-on-1.
2-on-1. 2 ladies, you have to be a lady, right? $200, right?
You have to be a lady.
$200, right? $200. 2-on-1. Yes. I don't mean it that way, but you know what I mean.
Two ladies ladies on
two
one
ladies
ticket.
on one ticket. If you
Much
if
better.
you're two persons, one guy, one woman, then you have to spend $350.
Okay.
Yeah, but
gotcha.
but of course, and then 400 special reserve. We go on again on Saturday, and of course next week we're going to have special nights. Wednesday we're going to have Unity Night, where we have a chutney segment, right, featuring GI, Ricky Jai, Rampo, Robin G. Right, so Wakaman. So we're going to look forward for that on the next week Thursday as well at the Dynasty. We're going to have a clash with Calypso Caravan, and on Friday we're going to have an extempo night in the Dynasty. Yeah. Yes, and the regular tickets again is single. That's other night single $200, 2-on-1 $350. And if special reserve $400. But it's not only that, we also have two co-events. Again, Calypso Fiesta, which is Saturday, the 7th of February. And then we have Calypso Rama, which is the extempo and freestyle competition. The preliminary, which is the 2nd, which is Monday coming at the Calypso Dynasty. Tickets there are $150. You can get on Island E-Tickets at Radisson, as well as all Tuco offices, as well as the Calypso Rama final, which is in Napa.
Yes, and you can look forward to TTT being a part of that
February.
as well.
TTT will be covering, and not forgetting Junior Calypso Monarch, right? We call it Junior Fiesta.
Yeah.
That is the semi-finals where 30 young persons vying for the crown. That semi-finals taking place tomorrow, Saturday, 31st, at the Calypso Dynasty in Radisson. Right, so admission free to the public, and of course the Junior Calypso final. It's the following Monday before. I can't remember the date right now, but it's the Monday of Carnival week.
Yes.
And that is the 10th, I believe.
Right.
And of course that is the Queen's Park Savannah, where it's going to be covered by TTT.
As well.
Yes.
And you can look forward to all of those updates.
And the final for the Calypso Monarch, the Marsh Gras, of course, you can't miss that one.
That's right. Well, blessing us with a beautiful voice this morning, Terry Lyons gives us blessing on a beautiful Friday in TNT.
Tired and I'm feeling the pain. My faith's been tested time and time again. But my spirit is determined to believe and to overcome life trials that seem to never done. But still, I kneel before you with a praying song. Lord, I come to pray for the strength and the faith that's required. Amen. I pray for my people to not lose their fire. Amen. I'm sending prayers for those who suffering in silence. Amen. Grant them wisdom, cures, clarity and guidance. Amen. I pray for the young and I pray for the old. Cover their minds, Lord, don't let them lose control. Though we stand in sin, our transgressions are many. Thank God for the life that He gave me. To all you who doubting and losing faith, time to congregate and no time to separate. I'm calling on my prayer warriors in the country. Come for Trinidad, need we, cause I say Trinidad need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. Trinidad need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. Life is getting harder to manage. Oh yeah. The plan you had for us, it's vanishing. Because the violence, Lord, the nation in distress. What's it gonna take? We need a rest. It's time that we repent and we confess. Cause Lord, I'm tired of the bloodshed and rising in numbers. Amen. I'm tired see the youth choose the path of plunder. Amen. Can't walk the street in peace is a problem. Amen. Father, intervene, please save your children. Amen. I pray for them gangs and surrender your soul. You're not fully done, but you're fully in control. To change up your mindset and clean up your community. Thank God for the life that He gave we. To all you who doubting and losing faith, time to congregate and no time to separate. I'm calling on my prayer warriors in my country. Come for Trinidad, need we, cause I say Trinidad need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. What we say? Amen. TTT we say Trinidad need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. Deception is spread. spreading, it's trending. Oh yeah. Greed and lies has surely shake we faith. Hearts gone cold, the wicked quoting well. Doubt in a place where hope should dwell. We all have to answer to you, so knees go bend. Lord, I pray for the leaders to lead with integrity. Amen. So my people could thrive and provide for the family. Amen. I really fed up on the racism, hate, the division. Amen. We all have history here, don't matter your religion. I pray for all the false prophets of mislead your flock. Lord, open the eyes of the sheep that they mock. I pray you strengthen we with solidarity. Thank God for the life that He gave we. So all you who doubt and are losing faith, time to congregate and no time to separate. I'm calling on the prayer warriors in the country. Come for Tobago need we, cause I say Trinidad need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. Trinidad need a blessing.
Somewhere up in Laventille, many years ago, a man had a hammer, used to follow him throughout. He used to use it to pull a pan, but sometimes a stupid man, all in the savannah, never miss an aroma.
You have to be committed. You have to have perseverance to say, okay, I'm starting at knowing nothing to reach a point where I can perform an entire song.
Hi, I am Sinel Dempster. Remember a long time when adults used to leave the children at home to go and party? And that was considered normal? Well, there's nothing normal about that. So many things could have gone wrong. But you see, this year, 2026, our focus is to keep our children safe for Carnival. Remember, get a responsible adult or babysitter. And in that case, if you can't get either one, stay home. I say so, stay home. Better choices, safer Carnival. Sinel Dempster, say so. Calling all crew, you got the honey flow and show me what you gonna do. Ooh. You must obey, the rhythm out of this world, you're jumping out of control.
It's where art meets movement and culture meets couture. This Friday, TTT takes you front row for a special presentation of Carnival is Fashion 2, curated by the visionary Richard Young. Witness the ultimate showcase of Caribbean design. Experience the bold colors, innovative textures, and breathtaking craftsmanship of 11 premier designers, reimagined and unapologetic. Carnival is Fashion 2, this Friday at 8:05 p.m., only on TTT, the home of Carnival.
When it matters, we're there, reporting the news as it happens, because your world can't wait. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Kids, speak up against abuse.
It is not acceptable for you to be abused in any manner.
From your parents, family members, or peers.
You have the right
to refuse the abuse. Report it to anyone.
Guidance counselors,
doctors, teachers, or even your neighbors.
Anyone who can help.
Speak up
against abuse. Speak up. Speak up.
Speak up.
Speak up.
Break the silence. Child abuse is one secret you should never keep.
For all the stories that you see here this morning and more, follow us at TTT Live online. If you have a story idea, a press release, or you want to collaborate with us, we'd love to hear from you. Contact us today at ttt@ttt.co.tt and be part of the conversation that's shaping our nation. Trinidad and Tobago Today, news you can trust and stories that matter. Also, don't forget, tonight we head to Siparia for our Pavement Lime series. We'll tell you more about that a little later on. You can head across to our social media channels for all the information you need. Well, Carnival 2026 continues to bring powerful music and meaningful messages. And joining us now in studio, Mohammed Muakil of Freetown Collective. Good morning, Mohammed. How are you?
I'm good.
Welcome to the show.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, we definitely had a powerful cast this morning from 6 to 8. So we love being able to end off our show on a Friday with you.
Good vibes.
So you've had a great season. You've had I keep saying a bumper season. It's a short season, but you're consistently pushing out music all the time.
Yes.
How do you keep yourself inspired, motivated to keep doing that?
We're artists, you know. Yeah, even if we don't want to be inspired, sometimes we sit down somewhere and, you know, somebody pass and say something. I don't know, a bird fly by. Something will catch you, you know.
So right now you have Calypso, Keepers of the Flame, Sinking Ship. That's a Panorama dedicated collaboration titled Trouble as well.
Yeah.
And a chutney soca called Shake Up. So how did all of this happen at the same time?
I'm really interested in the culture, and I don't like speaking on things I don't know anything about. So in being interested in Calypso, I think, you know, you had Terry on before. In paying respect to people like Terry and all of those who came before and who those who are doing it now, to stand outside of Calypso and make any kind of comments on Calypso, I feel like that's unfair. So for me, I went in the tent this year. I write this song. I say, okay, this is what I want to do. I feel like there needs to be a bit of a change and a bit of a shake up. So I come in to do something, you know. And all the rest, even Chutney, like, we stand up outside and we look in and we say, oh, we have these problems. We're only singing about this, we're only singing about that. All right, we're going to do something about it. You know what I mean? So for me, this year is that. This year is action and also learning. Taking the time to learn.
Tell me about Trouble. You worked with Mavon and Bugsy, right?
Yeah. Bugsy called us and he was like, you know, you have this tune, you want us to do some writing on it. And it has been a real experience. I was in the Panyard for the judging night before. And such an amazing experience, you know. Things like this seem unreal, you know. So you're standing there and there's hundreds and hundreds of people and Bugsy there jumping around to the song that you write and 100 people playing it on pan, and
a feeling.
It takes a while for these things to soak in. I don't know if it will soak in this year, or maybe someday I'll wake up and realize.
Well, did it soak in last year? I mean, Calypso of the Year would Take Me Home. How did that feel? If you're still trying to soak in this,
you know. These awards are beautiful, they're wonderful, they're nice, but the real reward is seeing how it affects the people and how people live with the song, what it does for them in their daily lives, how it moves them through their lives, you know. Like, yeah, the awards, they're nice, they're cool, they get the accolade, right? But really and truly, to get the award and then imagine that it didn't have the same effect on the people, but you get an award, it would never be the same, you know. So for me, it is how the song lives and continues to live on in the hearts of not just Trinbagonians, but people all over the world.
Yeah, what keeps you motivated, Mohammed?
I have a lot of work to do on this earth, you know. A lot of people spending a lot of time doing a disservice to mankind. So we have work to do. Yeah. And also I just love to make things. I like to perform and I like, you know, I love creating. So
yeah. What would you say to young and upcoming artists as well who are maybe inspired by you and your music and your journey?
Purpose. Purpose is everything. And make sure that your purpose is something that is infinite. You as an infinite being experiencing this plane here. If you center yourself around something that's not infinite, like money, a woman, whatever it is, that thing will disappoint you at some point in time if you make that the center of your world. And you see so many people crumbling because they make things that are not divine and infinite the center of their world. So find purpose in what you're doing, regardless of whatever it is, so that when it gets hard, you return to the purpose to keep driving you forward to do what you have to do.
Yeah, well, before we close, I want to say thank you so much. I know you initially planned to perform one song, but this morning is a special dedication to my cameraman who absolutely loves Kaya and his version of it. We're going to do that one as well. So
he coming on set to sing it with me?
I don't know, but then I might have to
come from behind the camera and sing it one time?
So I might have to be doing the camera then. So we're going to end with his two songs and, of course, Kaya for you this beautiful Friday. Thank you for joining us on Trinidad and Tobago today. It's been a wonderful week with you. It's Freetown Collective.
Calypso music. when I fly up out my bed. Real talk. I hear a voice in my head ringing like a bell. The voice say, I am the God of Shorty and Kitchener. I bring a rhythm for them to ride, let them ride that. The voice say, go down, go down, go down, go down, down there. Go when I listen to the music, it's like they forget me. When it's I give them soul and I give them fire. And the soca is the son and I is the father. Calypso, you better tell them people, tell them call me there, tell them we are the fire. Calypso, go and tell them people, tell them call me there, tell them we are the fire. Keep us of the flame, raise it, raise it, blaze it. And when the spirit hits you now, raise it. I said to raise it. Raise it. Listen. Well, I run out my house, feel like I'm going crazy. I see a Baptist woman, I say, Mama, save me. It's have a voice in my head and he won't stop singing. He say his name is fire, my whole body burning. But when she opened she mouth and she started talking, well, it's the same voice in my head that was ringing. And he said, I am the voice of Ella and Sandra. You could run from the son, but not from the father. Calypso, go and tell them people, tell them call me name, tell them we are the fire. Calypso, go and tell them people, tell them call me name, tell them we are the fire. Keep us of the flame, blazing. What can I make sense? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, blessed. Hey, step out of my dreams of my real life. Cause girl, I wanna know what you feel like. Yeah. Come closer to me, let the stars align. Yeah. In the middle of the night, you bring the sunshine. Miss Lady, she have a pot on the fire, burn a flame when she cooking. Yeah. She have a government name, but I call she good looking. And she look innocent, but she know what she doing. Hey, it's not the pot or the fire, but the seasoning she put in. She have me calling Kaya, Kaya, Kaya. Good Lord, Miss Lady. Kaya, Kaya. And you drive me crazy. Kaya, Kaya, Kaya. Good Lord, Miss Lady. And you drive me crazy. So I tell she, hold on. Ride it, I love it what I see in front of me. Slow down, time it, I love it what I see in front of me. Hold on, ride it, I love it what I see in front of me. Slow down, time it, I love it what I see in front of me. Yeah. Pot on the fire, burn a flame when she cooking. She have a government name, you happy? Hey, she look innocent, but she know what she doing. It's not the pot on the fire, but the seasoning she put in.
It's where art meets movement and culture meets couture. This Friday, TTT takes you front row for a special presentation of Carnival is Fashion 2, curated by the visionary Richard Young. Witness the ultimate showcase of Caribbean design. Experience the bold colors, innovative textures, and breathtaking craftsmanship of 11 premier designers, reimagined and unapologetic. Carnival is Fashion 2, this Friday at 8:05 p.m. only on TTT, the home of Carnival.
Somewhere up in Laventille, many years ago, a man had a hammer, used to follow him to and fro. He used to use it to pull a pan, or sometimes a stupid man, all in the savannah, never miss an aroma.
You have to be committed. You have to have perseverance to say, okay, I'm starting at knowing nothing to reach a point where I can perform an entire song.
More news, more access, more ways to stay informed. TTT News covers the stories that matter on air and online. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Good morning. This is your TTT News update at 8. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. The Port Authority is confirming that the hull of the Blue Wave Harmony was damaged this morning during an incident at the Port of Scarborough. It notes that at the time of the incident, the vessel was undergoing its sea trial phase, which forms part of the standard operational and familiarization process. The authority says at the time of the incident, the vessel's captain was being assisted by a marine pilot and only its crew was on board. It notes that all circumstances surrounding the incident currently remain under assessment, but preliminary information indicates that weather conditions, including strong winds, were contributing factors. The authority says the vessel has been secured alongside a berth at the Port of Scarborough and is stable, and all immediate safety protocols have been activated. According to the statement, technical teams are conducting damage assessments in collaboration with the vessel operator and the appropriate agencies. The Port Authority is assuring that port operations at the Port of Scarborough related to the scheduled sailings of the inter-island ferries continue to operate normally. In other news, for many years, issues related to land tenure and regularization have plagued communities across the nation. To address these challenges, the government has introduced a new initiative focused on community engagement and resolving these long-standing concerns. The Title and Tenure Issues Land Forum encouraged interaction between the panel of experts and the members of the community, all in an effort to ensure all questions related to land tenure and regularization are addressed and rectified. This is the first forum held under this new initiative. According to Minister of Justice, Minister in the Office of the Attorney General, Devish Maharaj, the response from persons some coming from as far as San Fernando to the Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Cultural Cooperation in Mount Hope shows how important this initiative is.
To deal specifically with the issue in Bamboo number 1, in terms of the leases, which they had agricultural leases which expired some 50 years ago, and the residents have been unable to do anything with their lands. They cannot pass it on to their children, they cannot monetize it, they cannot go to the banks with it and so on. So we took this initiative to regularize those leases and to deal with some very intractable issues that have arisen over the years and which have never been resolved.
An integral part of the initiative, Minister of Land and Legal Affairs Saddam Hussein said, is the start of a nationwide thrust to regularize citizens who have long-standing issues with state lands and also squatter regularization.
It has been over 10 years that these persons have been suffering. They have been going through a long-standing issue of land ownership and land tenure. We, as a government, led by our Prime Minister, Mrs. Kamala Persad-Bissessar, is about restoring hope and dignity to our nation. And one of the first places we can start is ensuring that that person has a title document that they can call their own, a piece of land and a house.
Minister of the People, Social Development and Family Services, Vandana Mohit, met with a delegation from the Inter-American Development Bank on Thursday to hold discussions on strategic social development initiatives. Discussions focus on emphasizing projects aimed at promoting people-centered growth and national development. A key priority highlighted during the meeting was the development of a national campaign against gender-based violence to be led by the ministry's Gender and Child Affairs divisions. The initiative is also expected to include anti-bullying measures with technical and strategic support from the IDB. Other areas addressed including upgrading of pensions and social welfare management systems, including improvements to electronic processing platforms to enhance efficiency and service delivery. In some sport now, the South Africa men's cricket team defeated the West Indies by 7 wickets to secure a 2-0 series victory, the first under new head coach Shukri Conrad. South Africa, who won the toss, sent Windies into bat, where they got off to a positive start, courtesy 49 runs by opener Brandon King. Shimron Hetmeyer continued the charge with a game high of 75, along with 57 from Sherfane Rutherford, as the Windies amassed a total of 221 for 4. Playing his first home T20 match in almost 3 years, South Africa's Quinton de Kock scored 115 off 49. The addition of 77 runs from Ryan Rickleton guided the South Africans to 225 for 3, securing a 7-wicket win. And that was your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Have a great day.
This is TTT. Live for local.